3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. It's me, your host, Tom Elwes, back from the dead, or buying skinny jeans, or whatever Ali said I was, or where I had been. I'm glad to be back, ladies and gentlemen. This is fun and exciting. I will tell you where I've been after I introduce my co-host, Mr. Ali Woods.
Hey, listeners. As you can tell, it is still just me in the studio doing my Tom impression. And it's just me, unfortunately. No, because no, I did make that joke on the Patreon, and I thought, well, why not? Didn't
Keep
work
going.
then, might work now.
Double trouble.
Yeah, but Tom is obviously back, and what a relief it is to be back, to have you back, Tom. Do you know what I got told? You know what,
Yep.
in your interim, and I don't know if I did bring this up on Patreon, but Phoebe will be aghast to hear this. But I was told that some of the listeners said they were enjoying having more female voices on the podcast.
Okay.
So
Weird.
glad we dealt with that.
Yeah. Oh, no thanks. We've got a female voice, and it's our producer, Phoebe.
Yes, who, as we all know, is a soundboard that I have on my phone.
Yeah.
It was nice having more female guests because they actually let me.
Anyway, so let's move on to the first section. How are you doing, Phoebe? You okay?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Good to have Tom back. It's been difficult with just Ali, to be honest.
Controlling that
Oh,
ego.
there we go. I thought, she's being nice, and then it has to end with meanness, as
Yeah.
always. Hopwood in the house.
Constant.
Yeah, but it is always a pleasure, Phoebe. And how did you find our sort of 2-episode back-to-back Sans Tom run?
I know, we missed you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did especially.
No, I don't believe that.
Because
I don't believe
I
that.
did. No, because they wouldn't let me get a word in.
Yeah.
To be fair,
As I told you.
You couldn't just talk over everyone. Interesting.
Anyway,
Interesting.
yeah, back to
Yeah,
me.
he had to be polite.
Exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you where I've
Let's
been.
have the reveal.
Well,
So
the big
everyone
reveal.
was wanting to know. Everyone wanted
Yeah.
to know. We
No,
put up a
please,
poll.
why don't you tell them? Talk
We
over.
put up a poll. Yeah, enough of that. Comes back one episode and he thinks, oh, I'll take over from here.
Yeah.
We put up a poll.
Okay.
Said,
so
where do you think he's going to be?
what was it?
River Island,
Hollister? Hollister, please.
All Saints.
Yeah. Dubai with the boys, I'd also take.
We thought you might have gone onto the continent to go to Jack and Jones.
Yeah. Is Jack and Jones from the continent? Is that?
Yeah, they don't have it in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. And then finally, for boxers, Lonsdale. That was Sports Direct.
Oh,
80% off.
Oh my God,
Fire
I forgot
trap.
about Lonsdale.
Fire trap.
Who
boxers.
remembers the Lonsdale shoes, the slip-on white Lonsdales? They were, whoo.
Were they your big, yeah?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That was age 13, the life.
I must have missed out on that. I was too busy wearing my school shoes
Clarks.
on the weekend. You
Clark's
couldn't do that
finest.
as a kid.
Yeah.
You never wanted to hang out with the kid wearing school shoes on the weekend. What's wrong with your family, bruv?
Oh, what are you, poor? Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You are, look at you, Brent Cross wearing school shoes, bruv. Dead guy.
Oh, Brent Cross, that takes me back.
So anyway, the results are in, and the
No, unfortunately, none of those. Ladies and gentlemen, I was actually off becoming a father. I almost smile saying that because I don't think so many people won't believe that this has actually happened. But I've really become a daddy. I was away for 2 weeks.
he's
because
adopted a Senegalese young man,
Yeah.
9 years
Madonna
old,
did it, and I thought, you know what?
It's good enough for her.
Yeah, it's
in a
cool.
bid to become famous.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
sort of a rental, isn't it?
Look, I needed an Edinburgh show, and I fucking got one. You know, I
Had to do it quickly and after Lad Bibles.
exactly. I was like, God, guys, what's next? What's going to make me look best?
Yeah. On a serious note, though, this is 100% bona fide true. Tom, tell him what happened.
I became a daddy. She's. I know I haven't spoken about it, listeners, on the podcast. I sort of been keeping it quiet for a few reasons, but mainly my own sort of anxieties around it. I just wanted everything to be 100% smooth and okay. And now I know that he's here, safe and sound. All good. And I'm happy to share with you. Yeah, I became a daddy. It was. For those parents out there, I don't know if we have any parents listeners. I think we've got one or two.
I think the general consensus of people who listen to this podcast, they have no love in their life.
Yeah, alone.
So,
Totally alone.
That's our USP.
I'm hoping to bring
if
in.
you're listening to this now, I'm talking about you.
Okay.
Hello. It's good,
Yeah.
good to have you.
No, but this is good now because this podcast now has a juxtaposition. Like, you can represent the solo single man, okay, and I'm now the family man
Well,
of the podcast.
My friends genuinely do listen but Ali's stories, they say it's good to see him accepting how pathetic his life is when he's on his own.
Oh, sorry. Did you get that wrong? Did you misspeak, Phoebe, there? Did you mean to say it's great to see
it's awesome.
how sick and cool his life is? He reminds me of George Clooney being a bachelor and being awesome.
George Clooney had a lot of flatmates as well. I think that was.
I got flatmates.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't speak to me anymore, but I got them.
No, I know.
I live with a lovely Korean family.
You know, George Clooney lived in a mansion in Beverly Hills. You're living in your own palace. You know, somewhere in East London. It's fine.
Not too bad. Got a window in my room.
Yeah,
not too bad.
Can let air in. Yeah. Whatever.
Well, look, hey, if they're listening to this right now, fuck you. It's my response.
Ali Woods is doing all right. He's
also,
all right.
Feel free to come to my work in progress show. It is this Saturday in 2 North Down and Monday at Top Secret. So thank you very much.
It's called Who Needs Anyone Not Me.
It's just called They're All Wrong. I do actually need a show for my Edinburgh show.
You need a show? Yeah, I know.
That's right. I need a title for my Edinburgh show. So
okay.
It's all been confirmed. It's happening. So I'm going up.
What's your venue? Tell the listeners.
Yeah. So while Tom's been
having a
fathering
baby.
a sort of human child, I've been fathering an idea that one plucky down on his luck comedian from a wealthy family in North London could
change the world.
Could one day get nominated for Edinburgh.
It's a long shot, but
Edinburgh Best Venue. If you are going to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year, and we've got through a few variants by that point, then you can come see me every day at 5:25 p.m. at Underbelly Clover Room.
Nice.
It's at Bristow Square.
Ooh.
And it's a 60-seater, and I'll be there every day.
Nice. Yeah,
and I got my flat sorted.
Oh, what?
I've got no money now.
Yeah, I was about to say, you must be so poor.
I've got zero money. I spent all of the Patreon money, and I still had to pay 98%. You can subscribe to our Patreon anytime for an extra episode every week. This is patreon.com/AIDIFpod to sign up. Just $5, £4 a month will get you an extra episode every week. Thank you very much to all our Patreon backers.
And they need to subscribe now, because not only are you funding his show, but you're also feeding my child.
This is it. And funny enough, actually, it is cheaper to raise a child in North London than to take
one show up to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh Fringe Festival. But I actually saw one of our Patreon backers down at the show at Tuesday this week.
Amazing.
Atlanta. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" She went, "Not coming to the show, just having a drink." and that is our Patreon backers.
The real fans.
Patreon backers.
Well, the Patreon backers will already know the story of the birth of my child, but I'll quickly hit you with it. I was in hospital for 4 days. 4 days of hospital action. That's 3 nights on a chair, which was fun. And I very nearly missed the birth of my child, which was interesting. Yeah, I was told once for those people who have given birth or are been in that situation, you get moved into various different rooms. But actually, when you get moved into the room that you're gonna have a child in, right, you sort of get set up, and then a doctor comes around and checks on you. And that doctor went to me, nothing's gonna happen now for the next 4 to 5 hours. So if you want to go down, go to the canteen, get a drink, whatever, just go do it, okay? So I was like, all right, I'll go down to the canteen.
Give Ali a call.
Yeah, whatever. Give everyone an update. Oh, yeah. Went down to the canteen, got a coffee, was like, oh, should I go on a walk? No, I won't go on a walk. I'll just go back up just in case. Left my phone charging in the room. Went up there. I walked into the room, and there's about 7 sort of medical staff, doctors surrounding my partner. Her legs are up, the baby's coming.
She's turning into an alien.
Yeah, it's basically here. If I had gone on that walk, and I checked my phone afterwards, after the birth of my child, and I had about 14 missed calls. If I had gone on that walk, I would have missed the birth of my child.
Jesus. So we are running a campaign.
Yeah.
No walk.
No
march.
Exactly.
Don't go on any walks. You might miss a loved one.
Yeah. If you ever think, oh God, I need to get some exercise.
Yeah. So we have talked about it to some degree on Patreon, but come on, let's get into it. What is it like? You've got a child in the universe now.
Yeah.
There's a piece of you. I want to say shout out Tom's partner for going through that, all safe and sound. Well done.
Much easier for me.
Yeah, especially considering the size of Tom's head.
Yeah.
I mean, on that baby, good grief. So firstly, want to get that out of the way. Congratulations to her as well. But what's the profound changes?
What's it like? There is. I don't want to get all soppy about it, but there is a weird shift in that you now have responsibility for something else in the world other than yourself.
Yeah, I feel that way about this podcast, but fine. It's one of us. Makes one of us.
One of us really cares. Is dedicated.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell you what, I never missed this podcast, mate.
Yeah.
I'm never out walking all around.
Having a baby, any of that shit.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a shift, and you do feel responsible and for something else. Or there's a lot of positives and there's a lot of really amazing things that come with having a child. But there's also, I'm not going to pretend it's not hard for the people out there who have had children or are about to have children. It is very, very difficult. I mean, and I've got the easy shift. My partner obviously is under much more strain than I am, and it is
As a woman.
Yeah,
Because we are feminists.
exactly.
So let's just make that clear.
But yeah, you have to get used to not sleeping ever, basically. And so as long as you don't need sleep, you're good.
Yeah.
Ideally, also be a millionaire. That would also help.
But now, so you're, but that's quite good for your lifestyle because you're gigging and then you're going out, Vodka Rev's coming back about 3, and that's when the baby wakes up. So
Perfect. I just watch Band of Brothers. And that's it.
Yeah, Band of Brothers.
And the baby.
Yeah.
Just a laugh. I've got a mate, whatever.
Doing lines off the cot.
Yeah. He shit at FIFA. That's the only annoying thing.
Exactly, yeah. To both of us have shot ourselves.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel more about, you've got responsibility. You're not sleeping.
Yeah, you've got more responsibility in your life. You've got something to worry about other than yourself for the first time in your life. I mean, some people are like, oh, I've always worried about my partner or my mum. No, whatever. You don't have to keep those alive. You're not in charge of keeping that alive. You're like, oh, I like my partner. No, sharp.
They'll feed themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, that's where it comes down to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do feel like you've got sort of a weight upon you of responsibility. It's just good. And you want to do it. The weird thing is, you're like, I think before the birth, I don't mind admitting, before the birth of my child, I very much was like, I knew it was happening, but like, I couldn't really... I'd be lying if I said I had like a huge attachment to it while he was in her...
Yeah, you think of him like you would think of maybe just your partner or your mum, like piece of shit. Don't give a fuck. Do not give a single fuck about them.
Yeah. But like,
stop lying.
I had zero connection, honestly. Like, I was just like, I knew it was happening, and it was great.
Boring, isn't it?
I was excited, but like, I didn't have a connection. But then once it's here, it's
content.
completely different.
The baby, you need content. What's the content before the birth? 1 ultrasound.
Yeah, 2
black and white.
Can't even see. HD.
Not even my colour scheme on Instagram.
Yeah. So also like those ultrasounds as well. Like I'm yet to meet a person who really understands exactly what they're looking at. They're so like. Yeah.
Did you just ask like how big's his dick?
Yeah.
Come on.
So thankfully,
I'm not raising no little ones here. And do you want to share the name, or is the name private as well?
Do I want to share my child's name? Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind. This is Teddy. We're calling him Teddy Theodore. But
how did you find coming up with a name? Because your partner is Australian.
Australian, and she, if it was up to her, it'd be called something very Australian. He was going to be called Bruce for a bit. and I wasn't 100% on board for that.
Always.
Brucey. So yeah, but eventually we stuck on something that I feel like I liked Theodore because it gave him a lot of options. It gave him Ted, Teddy, Theo.
Yeah, Magic Circle law firms.
Exactly. all the good ones. I've not had a child. I'm raising.
You've not had a child?
No. I've had a Premier League footballer.
Yeah, it's true. Project Mbappe starts now. Yeah.
I just watched was it King William? Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, King Richard.
Yeah. King Richard, and you got to start. You got to write that plan from day one. If you want them to be winning Wimbledon, that's it.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. Yeah, don't give them a childhood. Phoebe, would you, if you were to have a child, I mean, you might have a child, I never really asked, but if you were to have a child, would you have a name in mind? I feel like you would go for something like Moon Crush, or something like that.
There was a
Soliloquy.
Honestly, there was a time where I did quite like River for a boy.
Okay, it's got a nice flow to it.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't want to like bust your party.
I wouldn't do that now.
My child's second middle name. Well, we went. Yeah, I called him River.
River.
Yeah. Second middle. Real talk.
Wait, what's second middle? What's first middle?
William. We just went with a normal, and then the second I didn't pick it, but yeah.
That's so funny.
And then is it Elwes' surname?
Yeah.
Is she going to take your surname as well?
If we get married, which we are not yet, because it's 2022 and you can do what you want.
Yeah. Don't want to settle down.
This is what I don't get.
Keep my options.
I don't get. Why has the baby got your surname?
because I'm a legend. And I demanded it. No,
But she gave birth.
I know. Well, to be honest, her surname is Cox, and she always got teased growing up. So she really wasn't that fussed about.
I have a friend whose surname is Cox.
River Cox.
Yeah.
She's getting married.
I feel like I've given
changing the name.
Yeah, I've given so many details about my family where I'm just going to drop my address at the end of this. So.
Yeah. Well, no, but I do regularly. I post around the picture. I posted that picture of the baby.
I keep thinking I see people outside, but I've just been paranoid.
We don't have that many followers. That's the real sadness of it all. I keep posting your address and no one's
come to kill me. He's been trying to do it for ages.
People are blocking me. Yeah. That was hilarious, Phoebe. I mean, I did have at one time that I was going to call him something stupid like River.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, all we say on this podcast, Tom, is many congratulations to you and your partner, and we wish old Teddy a long and happy and prosperous life. And as
Sounds like he's retiring.
Yeah. As I said to you in person, if he becomes a stand-up comedian, you have failed.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%.
When's he coming on the pod? Needs to do a feature.
Well, I feel like once he can lift his own head up, that would be useful. The baby,
and that is a big head. So
exactly.
It's take a while. A few extra months than normal.
I think he'll.
He looks like a bobble.
I think. Yeah. I don't know if he'll be making his debut for quite a while, but we'll somewhere down the line maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
When I really run out of ideas and I'm like, I'm going to do a podcast for kids with my kids. That's
Wow. Well, look, that's the first one. I mean, I'm
that's
on my fourth
that you know about.
that I know about. I've got 4 kids.
Yeah, I'm always talking about the kids.
It's such a great thing for Big Show. I was banging on about the twins. So look, what we will say is this is a lovely time of your life, Tom. You have moved into adulthood, parenthood.
I'm a real boy.
Finally, you are in your 40s.
Yeah,
and you are bearing child.
It is quite funny speaking to people about not that I know we joke about me being old, but for London, I'm a relatively young dad. So like,
sure.
I found out that I was having a kid when I was 29, and I remember telling people, and they would, and they'd be like, "How old are you?" And I'd tell them, and then they would be like, in London, they'd be like, "Whoa, bloody hell, you're young." Outside of London, they're like, "Mate, I had mine at 23. What are you on about?
Yeah,
what are you crying
it's
for?"
It's boring around here.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah. Seems like unprotected sex. But do you know this? Because we looked this up a while ago, because we're having a debate about this in my house. Yeah, that's right. We have conversation.
Okay.
And and this surprised me, but do you know the average age of a father in the UK? Not London, but the UK.
Don't know. Is it probably 34? 30?
Oh, okay. Because I thought it would have been younger. 33.
33.
I thought for first child.
Wow.
I thought it was going to be younger than that.
I'm a young, cool dad.
London, yeah,
I'm a hip dad.
You're.
That's a cool saying, isn't it? I'm a hip dad.
How old are you going to be when Teddy's at school?
33.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if you can still be in like DILF territory.
Yeah, I'm going to be in DILF territory. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm going to be in DILF territory. Fuck you, Phoebe.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but you got
What's DILF territory?
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be in DILF territory.
Chance the Rapper's the same age as me. He's got a kid. So how about that?
You got me.
Chance the Rapper.
Wait,
Drake's got a kid. He's older than me.
Chance the Rapper's same age as like. Wait, we're the same age as like Justin Bieber and Harry Styles and stuff like that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Bieber's probably got a kid somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Liam Payne off of 1D. He's got a kid. Yeah. With Shazza Cole. And she's an older woman. So
how much are you going to post your child? I'm interested in
absolutely not.
You've already posted a picture.
Yeah, I mean the baby modelling and stuff, whatever. But no, I don't think I will post that much. I don't mind talking about it with the podcast listeners because I feel like you're engaged and you care, and that's nice.
Well, you say that, but I was actually talking to a listener this week, and they were saying, "I really like the podcast." I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she said, "Well, I will be honest though, I do normally listen to it when I sort of wake up at 4 a.m. and I need to get back to sleep."
Well, that nighttime Dorset tone for them. Yeah,
that's that pathetic life they can listen to and think, no, mine's okay.
Yeah,
no, I'm not too anxious anymore. Mine's all right.
at least I'm not. At least I'm not a dad and a lonely man. One of those tragic cases in that freight container. What are they up to?
Exactly.
What are those losers?
What's going on in the freight?
Yeah.
let's speak to them. Speaking of lonely men and tragic dads, we don't normally do news, but it's in our wheelhouse this week. But Kanye West and Skete Davidson.
Skete is very funny. I mean, Kanye West, for those who have not been following the Pete Davidson Kanye West beef, has obviously divorced his wife, or they're divorcing, and she's now moved on with Pete Davidson, and Kanye's not happy about it. He's not happy about it one bit, and he can't let it go. And he said that Pete Davidson is a dickhead and that he would beat him up if he saw him.
So funny. That's what I would say it's about someone in year 9.
Yeah.
But that is sort of the beef. I love this. Takes me back. It takes me back to Facebook walls.
Yes.
And the publicity that you used to operate with when it came to your personal life. Or the sort of someone changing. Imagine the lunacy of that. Changing your relationship status on Facebook to "it's complicated" to all your friends.
Fucking
that
weird.
is insane. People say kids nowadays are fucked up. What was all that about?
Nuts.
People
Absolutely
commenting below, OMG, DM me.
What
You're
happened?
right, babe. What happened? So good.
Woof.
That's what it feels like. And he
You had
posted,
to publicly state when you'd broken up with your girlfriend.
so good,
So rough.
so good. And they would change their profile picture back to one from them with their
mate.
partner, and then just to them on their own, and it would be like, oh, gossip.
Oh, shit.
Or it would be the same picture, but they've just cropped them out.
Oh, that's
Savage.
good.
That is cold to do the crop.
Yeah, I do the opposite. I Photoshop people in.
But we were never in a relationship.
So, there's your pathetic life for you, listeners.
Yeah.
So
Just cropping in Victoria's Secret models to his photos from his school trip to Bordeaux.
Me being like really religious or something, like being like no, like, like no to the Victoria's Secret model. Yeah, that's what I would do. But it feels like that. It feels like he's just. I mean, he is off the rails, and then there is a sad tone to this as well. That he clearly. He's a nutter, and he's probably surrounded by people who just say yes.
That's a PC term. He's a nutter. He's fucking nutter, man.
He's what in the community we call a mentaloid.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. His head ain't right. His noggin is gone.
He's fact.
Yeah, he's totally fact. Yeah.
So wish him all the best. He's Looney Tunes. So look, but whatever mental health problems he's got to, I think he has also suffered from success of everyone around him probably just says yes to everything he does and says.
I think he got himself to a point where he, much like many insanely famous people, you get surrounded by the yes men, and then you believe you're in hype. And then you start believing that you're a god, and then you go religious, because a lot of really famous people have also gone religious, because I feel like you get to that sort of point where you start thinking you're some kind of deity. And now something's happened to him that he can't control, and he just doesn't know what to do, because, you know, his wife is leaving him, she's moved on, and that is causing him a lot of stress. And I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope he gets surrounded by someone who can help him out, because otherwise, you know, you don't want this to get nasty.
Who was he dating? Julia Fox.
Yeah.
Who's that?
She was from Uncut Gems.
She's the Adam Sandler's girlfriend. Jesus Christ. I did see that clip of her talking on some podcast going, Uncut Jams.
Yeah, Uncut Jams. Yeah. Uncut Jams.
Because that's what happened when I was on Uncut Jams.
I was Ben Rafter's mirrors on Uncut Jams. Yeah.
But imagine dating Kanye West. That's out.
It's got to be intense.
Yeah.
To date Kanye West would be just... I don't know.
It's a good point you make, Tom. Well done.
No. I say because I watched this Genius documentary on Netflix, the first part, and he's got quite a bad porn addiction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he sort of spoke about it in the documentary. He's like going past the magazine stand, and he's like, "I've got a bit of an addiction," and bought a porn mag.
Really?
Yeah.
I always felt he was like quite non-sexual as a person.
No, incredibly sexual.
Really? Good.
He brought a magazine as well. That's how he...
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. I think it was 2000, the year 2000.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there was porn on his phone just yet.
Right, I see. I thought this was a more recent...
Kanye goes into office and buys XXX mums.
Phoebe, as the
voice of women.
as the voice of women, of female women.
Yes.
But more as someone who is who on occasion gets the hots for men. Do you?
That's the correct term.
That's how
The
I
hots.
put it. Do you get the Pete Davidson hype? Are you? See your type?
But that's not about getting the hots for men. That's personal opinion. isn't it? That's do I find Pete
Yeah, do you
Davidson
find
attractive?
Pete Davidson attractive? Yeah.
Not really.
Do you see why some women find him?
Yeah, probably.
Why he's got this aura around him.
Yeah.
What is it?
It'll probably be his personality and his creativity.
Because I'm thinking.
Yeah, if that was true, then I'd have a girlfriend.
No, because it comes out through his like fashion sense and stuff like that.
Oh, that's why you don't have a girlfriend. Yeah.
Yours is still in your
I'm
head.
wearing the fucking crystal you gave me, Phoebe. What
That
more
might-
do you want?
That's good for me. I don't know about any other woman.
Oh, that's
that might
going wrong.
question them. They might be like, "Where's this crystal from? He's got someone else."
Yeah.
And you got to be like, "No, it's
And
just
I
you,
say-
so we can't get rid of."
Yeah. I do have someone else. The universe.
Aw.
I think Pete Davidson, he's got a bit of a vibe to him, you know? His vibe is like, I've got no vibe, I don't give a fuck. And if you've got that, I don't give
Very
a fuck
comfortable
vibe.
with who he is.
Yeah.
And he's tall, and he's got loads of tattoos, and he's a bit fucked up.
So basically, I just
Yeah,
need to
like
get
that.
tattoos and I'm there. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Yeah.
I just need to get some tattoos and then I'll be like Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
exactly it. I think he's got a son called Theodore as well.
I think he's the other kid. I don't know, maybe Machine Gun Kelly and has got like a load of kids.
yeah.
Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly's a weird one as well.
I mean, there is a big attraction to blokes. Gaunt, pasty guys.
Yeah.
I'm so there. I
Timothy
just
Chalamet. Oh,
the Chalamet.
You get the Chalamet.
Well, that was the big thing with the Kanye dissing. He uploaded a photo of which was Pete Davidson, Timothy Chalamet, and Kid Cudi, right? And he uploaded it, and then he just put an X on Pete Davidson's face.
But this is it as well, is that it feels like he's doing all the editing and stuff
Yeah,
himself.
he is, yeah.
It's not like he's coming up with really creative, well-made
I like
designs.
the idea. Yeah, he's going into his sort of design team at Yeezy and being like, guys, I need some memes made right now.
Yeah, I almost see it almost like he's got the YouTube tutorial of how to Photoshop while he's doing it. And he gets to a bit and he's like, put the red X on him and he's like, yeah, fuck that.
Master rapper being like, Pete Davidson is a D-head. D-head.
D-head. Well, look, all I'll say is I hope they all end up happy and all right. And there is some weird stuff on it as well. Like, it's a bit creepy. Like, leave her alone. If you're divorced, you're divorced. Leave it.
Yeah, don't buy the house across the street and send flowers.
Literally sent a truck full of roses to her as well. And it's like, bruv, she's moved on. Also, why would you want to get back with Kim Kardashian, bruv? That life must be fucking hell.
Yeah. Kind of.
I can't imagine how that's.
I mean, gun to your head, I
life.
feel like you'd probably date her if she asked.
I said no.
No. Pete Davidson was your backup.
Pete Davidson, she was like, I've got a thing for comedians.
Yeah.
And she messaged me. She said,
straight in the end.
she said, I saw your video hanging clothes up in the UK, trying to dry clothes in the UK. She said, you came across my Instagram.
Yeah.
She said, I too am an Instagrammer. I feel like we get on quite well.
Yeah, and then you sent her a dick pic and then you heard nothing. It's weird. And now she's asking for money.
You photoshopped this to look really small. I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
And that-
yes, I have.
Yeah.
So then she messaged me and I put it to general in the request.
Whatever.
No, because I didn't want to get notified every time. So she was sending quite a few through. And I said, what if you want to come down to Vauxhall Comedy? We can watch the show. We get a drink afterwards.
Yeah, you get a free one with your ticket. It's £5.
Yeah, £5 the ticket. But she said, no, I need more than that. And I said, well, I know who will be up for it. My old pal, chum,
P.E.D.
Skete
Davidson.
Skeeter boy, Pete Davidson. And I just gave her his LinkedIn.
Okay. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've learned from the Kanye West saga is if you get divorced, take it like a chap and let it go.
Take it. And in a few years, when Tom is
Write a diss
single
album.
dad,
Write a diss album. You know.
write a diss album.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Put it into your creative
Exactly.
work. Yeah, fuck this. And then obviously the other big news is that we are about to go to war with Russia.
Yeah, we are going.
Although we're not. It's chilled, isn't it?
What are you going to do in the war? What's your wartime persona going to be?
Stories, Instagram stories.
Instagram stories.
I'm going to run the stories.
I'm going to do the memes. I'm going to do the war memes.
Do I have to do like a yeah? I'm doing the relatable war content.
Yeah.
That is chilling everyone out.
Yeah.
As they're about to be sent over the top. Or have,
as we hear the
war
nukes
works.
are coming, you're going to be like,
When you hear the nukes are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just about to get all my Pokemon. Oh no! Nuked by Russia.
Your nuke preparation videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so sponsored by uranium. That's what I think. I'd run social channels. I'm also quite quick. So
What in what? What on your feet?
60-yard dash.
No, they're not.
Excuse me.
No, they're
I could
real
run them.
athletes.
Huh?
You get Premier League
The
footballers.
only reason I didn't make it.
Do you
is I
reckon
want
Premier
to.
League footballers have to
I hurt
fight
my
if we all
knee.
have to?
Premier League footballers.
How hyped would you be if you just had like Mbappe in your squad?
Oh, that's pace. That's electric pace, though. Yeah, but he's not tracking back. He's not. When you get hit and you're down,
He's leaving
he ain't
you.
coming back. So he's dashed out there, man. But yeah, no, there would. I don't think there's a lot of like Jamie Vardy just smashing Red Bull down in the trenches
Right,
with
let's
you.
go, let's
Yeah,
go.
going, you're a fucking cunt then, or a nonce. Just saying that to you, like, Jamie, please leave me alone. We're about to fight.
We've got
Russia.
to go get the Ruskies. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. What would you be doing
In the war.
In the war, yeah.
I don't know. I try and get a job as maybe like a typist or a sort of a type. Typing up the war letters and
Typist.
yeah.
Sorry, you've got dyslexia.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell them that. Otherwise, they're going to put me definitely on.
They don't give you 25% extra time in war. Wait, don't shoot him.
Yeah.
Let him finish.
Yeah, but they will give me the free laptop, hence the typist. So I'm good.
Yeah, true. Bring your own laptop as paid for
Yeah.
by the Russian Federation. We're on Russia's side, aren't we? We're not going on the losing
That's
side.
what I'm going to tell the general. I was like, sorry, can you compensate for my dyspraxia as well, please?
If Putin messaged you, so right, if you can imagine my DMs, you got Kim in one.
Yeah,
and
Putin on the other.
Putin's on the other. I start a group chat being, guys, I can't get back to you all at once.
Come on.
If Putin messaged you and was like, I find your videos very entertaining. I would like you to be premier video maker, content maker of the Russian Federation.
What, Russian memes?
Russian memes,
Yeah.
Russian bots, Russian memes. And we would like you to come and
Just
please...
classic memes like invade or not to invade.
Yeah,
That's the question.
Yeah, exactly,
Stuff like that.
Yeah, when the Ukrainian tries to flick you, and then it's like you with a gun.
Yeah.
So if you had, that was my Russian accent. By the way. If you had that, what would you say? If he was like, I will give you all the riches of Russia, I will give you a yacht, I will
What, make me an oligarch?
make you oligarch. But
Yeah,
you
I'd probably
have to
take it.
make Russian meme.
I'd probably take it because, our government love to hide them. So it's great.
I had a kid for 2 weeks. He's flying to Russia.
Yeah. Great. I'm involved. Yeah.
What would be you in the war, Phoebes? What would be your? Oh, she's messaging. Okay, cool. And that's our producer, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
was writing down notes for you.
Oh, that's very kind.
Be
Phoebe.
more
Saying-
funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Improve
yeah.
podcast dramatically.
Change
What we're looking
post.
for in a comedy podcast
Yeah.
are jokes.
Yeah.
So if you could.
What would I be? Well, during Duke of Edinburgh, I was told I was very good at keeping up morale.
Morale.
I'd be a
Okay.
morale.
Morale.
That's what you guys should be doing.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
you
do
should,
morale.
You should be like frontline microphone. Hey,
That's what people are going to want when the bombs are dropping.
Yeah, try new material.
Come on, guys.
You ever got a trench foot? Fuck it. So I think we could do maybe a sort of Good Morning Vietnam style
Radio station.
radio show.
That's what.
Good Morning Moscow.
Good morning. Good morning, frontline.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Let's hope he doesn't invade. Although it's quite interesting because he keeps saying we're not going to invade, but then everything he does would seem like he's going to invade. It's sort of let's see what he does, not what he says. Scenario going on there.
He'll be all right.
Why not?
So we have Tom Elwes doing the Russian memes. Very funny. I like especially his posh man.
Yeah, I'm not hyped for the cyber attacks that will go on. That won't be
This
good.
is it. When you're trying to upload Instagram and posting something,
Like the
somebody
bloody
just says,
Ruskies.
the bloody Russians.
Yeah.
So-
That'll be people, comedians who get claiming they've been shadow banned by the Ruskies. Yeah, mate, the content's just not hitting because
Mate,
the old
honestly,
Ruskies.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a video blow up for ages.
Yeah.
Bloody Russians.
Yeah. Oh.
Putin!
It's got me again.
Stop it, my meme.
Those bloody Russian cyber
I
hackers.
posted a video in Russian the other day. Fucking blew up.
Just to see what would happen.
It was called When You Hate the West as Much as Me. So we move on to our first section, regular section, which is, of course, Agony Uncle, but not in a weird way. You ready?
Here we go.
This is where, if you don't know, listeners, thank you very much for sending these in. We try and give you advice on a particular life drama or problem you may have at this time. As always, we say, if you've come to us, you're super desperate. So, best of luck. My boyfriend of many years has been secretly fattening me up because of a fetish he has. Go.
Fucking hell.
So, Tom.
So he's a feeder. That's usually the correct terminology.
Yeah.
Feeder.
Feeder.
Interesting. I feel like there's probably is quite a lot of like gaslighting and stuff going on. Phoebe, would you agree? If
Yeah, on the stove, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cooking up some mental health issues.
Yeah.
I think a feeder is an interesting psychology because I feel like you get a sort of pleasure from fattening up someone.
What, me?
No, I mean, you love fattening up, but I think like feeding someone, it's kind of weird. You always feel like you're going to try and eat them at the end. What's the vibe here?
Yeah.
You're trying to get them big, fat. I guess you'd probably be into things like getting pancaked. Do you know what that is? That's when you get someone enormous to lie on top of you so you disappear. That's being pancaked.
You die?
No, they don't kill you, but they just sort of flop onto you and kind of, yeah.
Well, I hope someone's never thought that of me.
Well, you're going to pancake him.
How was the sex last night? He pancaked me. I thought I was just doing missionary.
I feel like, I mean, if you don't want to be fattened up, I would maybe have a word with your boyfriend and be like, can you stop shoveling in the food? But maybe she likes it. Well, she obviously doesn't. Otherwise, she wouldn't have messaged into a life mare.
Well, this is it. I don't get how, with some of these, I don't get how they haven't talked to the partner before they've come to us. So
as they're roasting the 12th chicken of the day, and they're not like, oh no,
chicken's too lean, mate. They're making a nice apple crumble.
Yeah,
some custard. If someone fatten me up, I'm all right. I'll be up for that.
Yeah, Ali's looking for a feeder if anyone's up.
Yeah. So what do you do? So you go. So let's say my first advice is to go to your partner and go,
stop cramming food in my cake hole, please.
Also, you could not eat the food. You fat shit.
Yeah. You ever thought about going on a run? Okay.
Joking. Obviously, we are body confident on this. Body positive.
Body positive. Body confident is what fucking Gok Wan would do.
Body confident.
I'm body confident.
It's all about the confidence. But it is. I'm positive. And I personally don't.
They watched 10 years younger. That was a mad show.
That was crazy. Yeah. When they were just like, we're going to. Because that was the thing.
They'd get a photo of you up and they'd be like, you're a fucking disgrace. And you're a disgrace.
They'd put the terrible lighting on it. You'd look dead. Yeah. I'd be like, you see that? That's you.
Disgusting, Karen. That's years of smoking and eating and not looking after yourself.
They put it up with some shocking boom, like a horror movie.
And like all their friends and family would be like, oh,
yeah. And like the mum would be crying.
Yeah. I'm a mess.
You've seen this? Look at yourself.
Yeah.
Disgusting. So the thing with that show is, right, it was quite good when it was like, dress better, get new, like, do your hair, this is how to look after yourself. It was like Queer Eye. And then they had the bit where they were just like, yeah, you're going under the knife.
That was it as well. They're always like, and yeah.
And they'd sort of look exactly the same, but they'd be wearing a nice coat and have a hairstyle. Yeah. And they'd be like, right, we're going to actually do the thing.
Yeah. We're going to be doing lipo and a rhinoplasty.
Change a nose.
Yeah.
And they come out. I look completely different. I'm so happy. Well, yeah, because you're not looking like that fucker anymore.
Yeah. I can't cry. You've got nowhere to end up.
Changed. 10 years younger, Jesus. So we're body positive and body confident on this show is my point. And I personally, I don't like people too thin. Personally, it's not my vibe.
No.
So what I would say is go to your partner and say, look,
if you're at your limit and you don't want to get any bigger,
I feel like let's have a talk. Right? Do you like me bigger? Do you like me plumper? Fatter?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like you. I'm the feeder here.
Yeah, okay, so you're here. And then I would say, I don't like being that fat.
I want you to not be able to leave the house.
I don't like being that fat.
You're so fat you can't leave the house, and then I'll be done.
Well, sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's pancakes.
Yeah. Until you have to lift up a fold to wash, I'm not
Until
happy.
Channel 5 are ringing us.
Exactly.
That's what I want. So I'm going to say, look, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to leave then. You have to leave them. If they won't back down and you don't want to be a big, as they said on Fat Families,
hippos,
Jelly Belly Jumbos. If you don't, that's direct quote from Fat Families, the show that used to be on about 10 years ago. So if you don't want to do that, then you got to leave the person, right? That's not healthy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do. You need to have a word and you need to say no more, and then maybe try and encourage your partner to maybe help you lose weight as well. That could be nice. That could be a bonding thing. However, I do the really weird where it becomes a weird power dynamic is like if you've got two jelly belly dumpos, you know, if you're both overweight, you can kind of see it's like a codependent thing. But when it's just like, it's normally one really thin guy and this enormous woman, and then it's a weird, creepy fetish thing. Right. And I think you need to be conscious of that. If you're both fat, live your best life.
This partner's got to find someone who wants that as well, because they can find someone who wants that.
Does anyone want to be documentary fat though? Does anyone want to be Channel 5 fat?
I think some people do. There's a reason you get to that state as well, because you are fucking doing it all the time.
To be fair, I follow a bloke on TikTok who just eats extreme takeaways, and he really
extreme takeaways.
Yeah, he's from up north, and he just goes, "Oh, look what I've got today," and it's just battered pizza, and he's just like, he does the grease test, and he lifts it up, and if the grease drops off, he's like, "It's greasy, so you know it's good."
Jeez. And then Christ, let's get him on. Probably too busy.
Yeah.
He's like,
2 million followers.
He's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll do the grease test, but this is embarrassing to come on your podcast.
You've got to pay me 20 grand to do the grease test.
Okay, so there you go. So break up with them if it's not for you. The second one is, we'll do this as the final one. My friend is 27 years old and has not had sex yet and is asking me for advice. I'm no sex god.
Fucking loser virgin. Yeah, done. Yeah.
So,
mate, you're a loser, and it will never happen for you.
Yeah. But, Tom, now look, you only recently lost your virginity.
Yeah, I mean, for the first time, because I had a child, and that's it.
And that's it, right? So, how did you find
How did I find it?
So,
terrifying.
Yeah, what would you give? So, your friend, 27, I'm not sure what the average age of losing virginity is. When did you lose your virginity? Mine was 18.
18?
Yeah.
Oh, I swear you've said like 23 before this podcast.
What are you chatting shit, man?
No, I feel like you've definitely said 23.
No, that was the first time they enjoyed it.
Okay.
23? Where'd you get that from?
That's just what I tell everyone.
Yeah, it is though, isn't it? That's it. Because you were sure of that as well. You weren't even saying that like a joke. You were like, I swear you said 23.
Who's the version?
And if anyone asks you,
25.
like, you do a podcast, buddy. Does he have a lot of sex? Yeah, 23, I think. It's good. So mine was 18. When did you lose yours?
I was 16.
Oh. Phoebe?
My mum's asked if she can start listening to this podcast, so I'm not divulging any information.
Oh, okay. So virgin.
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
A virgin.
I don't know what sex is.
What would you say to them?
27. Now, it's quite interesting. I wish you had a bit more context. We don't, but we'll try and assume that it's either, if it was for religious reasons.
I assume it's not.
Oh, there's a loser.
It sounds like they are.
No, Jake.
It sounds like they are trying to lose.
They're trying.
Have they said they're actively trying?
Well, they're asking for advice. They're asking for advice.
Right.
I'll read it again. My friend is 27 years old and has not had sex yet and is asking me for advice. And they say, I'm no sex goddess. Which is when me and her.
First of all, yes, you are, honey.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of that in the last couple of weeks. Bollocks.
Boring. No, I think, okay.
Also, Nicole did come up with a very good. Nicole was excellent, to be fair. Nicole did come up with it. How fun was Nicole?
Oh, that was wonderful.
Fuck Nicole. Okay, I'm back now.
So good. I miss her.
No.
I miss her a lot.
Boo. Okay.
She was bringing Ali down a lot. That's why I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, because Phoebe, like a lot of women, is vindictive and spiteful. Hates me, even though she's committed to coming and seeing me every week. So obviously I love women because I'm a feminist.
Okay.
So Nicole said a good phrase that we're going to keep, I think, on this podcast. She's if someone asks you for nudes, she said, "Don't send nudes." I tell them, Google tits and get on with it. That's what we'll say. So you can do that. So 27 years old, your friend, not had sex. What advice would you give them? They want to lose it. This is the state of play. They're coming to you and they're like, Tom, you're so good at sex. I've heard from literally no one. Would you please tell me, how did you lose your virginity? How did you do it?
Look, I think if you've got to 27,
I really want to lose it.
If you've got to 27, you don't just want to throw it out there. Just, you just need to find someone that you feel comfortable with. I wouldn't advise just slinging it out there just to get it over and done with. Try and find someone that you sort of like. You don't have to be the person that you're going to marry or any of that shit, but try and find someone that you're comfortable with, that you like, and try and do it that way. I would suggest find someone that you're comfortable with and that you like enough. Don't worry about them being the one or any of that shit if you just want to have experienced sex, but find someone that you're attracted to and that you're comfortable with. Is be my advice.
Yeah.
Phoebe, have you got any better advice than that?
No, I'd say that's the way to do it. Because if they've waited this long, then don't go for any old Jack or Jill.
Yeah.
If that's the phrase.
Jack or Jill.
Jack or Jill.
Yeah.
Don't go for just like anyone, because you can just get laid anywhere, but you've waited 27 years. There must have been a reason.
Yeah.
Ali looks confused.
You can just get laid anyway, can't you? Just maybe.
Desperately been trying.
Well, if you're desperate, there are definitely places. I can take you.
Yeah. To her room.
No.
I got one word for you. Brothel.
Yeah. Amsterdam. Boys.
No, I sort of agree with these guys. I think you have to... Sex is something that can be perversely misrepresented by society as something that needs to be claimed and sought after.
I feel like I'm on a first date with you.
But really, sex is a great expression of female agency.
So we need to come home.
Yeah, so you should come. That is a classic line of mine. Yeah. I think it's actually
gross media misrepresentation, and actually, it's fine to do it on a first date. Yeah. It's not an issue.
It's respecting the patriarchy if you have like a 3-date rule. Yeah. So, but it can be seen as this thing of a numbers game and a sort of claiming thing. And look, it's just a part of life that can be really, really enjoyed with someone that you are comfortable with and care about. And it all comes from loving yourself and being comfortable with your own body. So just go out, date people. It will happen, but look, live your life and enjoy it. And it will eventually happen. These things happen. And also, when it comes to it, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when it comes to it, I would say this is my first time. Yeah,
okay. And don't put that you're a virgin on your Tinder, because you're only going to attract weirdos. You're going to attract a lot of fucking weirdos.
So I think we've solved that one. And also, if you're into people plumping you up, then we know somebody. So, Tom, now I've got a question for you. Do you want to do Hypofail?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, because it's going to be a really quick, short one today. This one is Hypofail. We're bringing it back, listeners. So this is where I set Tom a hypothetical situation, and he has to work out what he would do in this situation. And so the hypothetical is very short. So as always, you haven't had sex in 3 years, and but your child, because
my dad.
The theme of the show. Your child has started speaking.
You're right.
And they have a really thick Nigerian accent.
Okay.
What do you do?
What do I do? Well, I say, this is obviously an expression of kind of what you've taken on and your surroundings, because I don't,
Oh yeah, because I forgot that you've moved to Lagos.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. You're living in. Let's say you're living in Crouch End, and he's about to go to primary school in Crouch End.
And he's doing a full Nigerian accent.
And he's got full, thick Nigerian accent properly. Only speaks English, doesn't speak Nigerian or Yoruba or anything like that. He just
does the voice. I'd probably tell people that maybe we lived in Nigeria for a bit to cover the tracks. A couple of years in Nigeria.
Like, you don't have a Nigerian accent.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was born in England, so it makes sense. So, yeah.
So then, so what was it like in Nigeria?
Yeah, it was lovely. I loved it.
Where were you?
The north.
So I'm one of the mums at the school gates.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so you're the father of the oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay, he has the thing. That's what I love. But I personally love. I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
But so you lived in Nigeria?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Oh, and what was that like?
I went on my gap year and I just decided to go back.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
No, amazing.
Yeah.
I love Nigeria. Honestly.
Yeah.
So how long were you there for? Must have been a long time.
2 years.
Only 2 years. That doesn't sound right.
No, 2 years. Yeah.
So he's developed this accent
in 2 years. Yeah. It's very developmental years.
Wow.
It was like him and his best friend.
Yeah. And how long have you lived here then? Because he hasn't changed back at all.
Well, we've only been back 2 years, so it makes sense.
So you've been back.
Been back 2 years.
So he's 4. So he was there for the first 2 years.
The most important years.
He was there for the first 2 years when he didn't speak. Then you moved back to England.
Listened, heard, picked it up,
and then he started speaking with this lovely Nigerian accent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was Nigeria like?
What was Nigeria like?
Yeah. What did you do there? Why were you there?
Mining. Doing lots of mining.
Crypto?
No. That's offensive. Regular old mining, actually.
So you're mining?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a long history of mining in my family.
But then what do you do?
His mum's Australian. Big mines there.
But then what do you do in Crouch End?
Well, mining went well, so here I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I do know that another mother finds it a bit offensive.
She finds it offensive.
Yeah, of what's going on. She thinks you're making fun of her son.
What? Okay.
Actually from Nigerian heritage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I've heard that. I don't know if you've heard that.
But he's white as well.
Yeah, there are white Nigerians.
Okay.
But you said you weren't Nigerian.
No, I'm not. I just live there. You know, look. If my son has the accent and he wants
Yeah,
to.
he does. Do you not know that?
Yeah, he's got the accent. I'm okay with it. You know, it's just his expression. He's a child. He's okay. He's allowed to do what he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they do find it quite.
Yeah. Now, do I need to dress him up in traditional Nigerian garb? That's up for debate. Okay, that's debatable. Whatever. But
he's got this little 4-year-old white kid in the traditional dress, just eating jollof rice, just washing it back.
Yeah. That's up for debate. I get it. Whatever.
Okay, fair enough. I think you talked your way out of that, so you just stick to your guns.
I stick to my guns. You know,
Okay.
if people complained,
Right.
yeah.
Skip forward 10 years.
Okay.
He's still
Still speaking Nigerian accent. He's changed his name. Sadi Bambo. Okay.
He's still speaking a thick Nigerian accent. What do you say for him then? And he's like, Dad, why do I have this?
Well, then I'd possibly claim, you know, when people hit their head and wake up with a different voice, I'd claim something along those lines.
Okay, medical grounds. I think that's fair enough. I think you did quite well there. Talked your way out of it. I especially loved being in Nigeria for the first 2 years when he couldn't speak anything. And then
but that's the most
in the next
perceptive.
years. Okay.
That's the years when they take it all in.
Sure.
That's why I'm not going to take him to Australia for the first 2 years.
Yeah, or ever. But okay, fair enough. Well done, Tom. I think you got out of that Hypofail quite well. So we move on to our final section of the podcast, which is, as always, Fail Mail. So this is when we ask you to send in your responses to a particular failure or particular just theme of life. This week, considering that Tom had to name his baby, we went with what is the funniest, weirdest nickname you've had or heard. So we go to the AIDIF pod account. Thank you very much for those who sent it in to there first. This is from a regular listener, regular visitor of Vauxhall Comedy Club, Roxy.
Hello, Roxy.
Who said El Dorito to me.
El Dorito?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Any context?
AKA Doritos, it says.
Okay.
I don't actually remember this specifically, but one of us must have been eating Doritos. So, El Dorito.
El Dorito.
Yeah. And then my name is Vittoria, but at the beginning of university, some people tried to call me Serene. Not Serena. And it's apparently because I have a serene face.
Weird.
That's a way they've to them they're saying that's your face, but then to the other, oh god, she's got a resting bitch face.
Weird. Serene. Yeah.
Serene. Oh no, we were just saying that because it's so serene. Yeah. Because you look nonplussed about everyone's lives. That's why.
Whatever.
Serene. Okay, strange. Tom, have you got any?
Yeah. So I'll just quickly say, like, we all think sort of childhood bullying stops when you go to uni, and that's the time that you grow.
But sometimes it continues.
But actually, very much continues, because I remember the day I got to uni, I went to Oxford Bricks, and it was everyone's favourite second choice uni. But there was one guy in our halls who it was his first choice, and we called him first choice for 3 years. I don't actually know his real name. I see him every now and again. I just call him first choice. You all right?
You all right, first?
Yeah, first choice. That's literally for 3 years we called him for everyone. It got to the point where he accepted it, and he would tell people my name's first choice.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, fucking hell. First choice. To differentiate between two Eds in the team, we called them Knob Ed and Dick Ed.
Great. Classic.
It's nice. Hubby told me about a kid at school with a brown birthmark on his neck, so he was known as, can you guess it?
No. Go on.
Shit neck.
Great. Great.
That's so brutal. Female mechanic here. That's nice. We've got these sort of people listening to our podcast. That's pretty cool.
Cool. That is interesting.
Shop nick. No, but that's not the nickname. They are a female mechanic.
Okay.
Shop nickname was Meat Curtains.
That's the most mechanic shit ever.
So he says, they stopped it, but I admit I did lol.
Okay, I've got one for you. I'm Ginger, and my surname is Stanley. Okay, what do you think the name was?
Oh, Ginger and Stanley. I've no idea. Orange Stanley?
Orangistan.
This is what we don't say, is that kids are creative.
Orangistan.
Orangistan.
Yeah.
So there was another Becca in high school choir who was only 5 foot. So I was Big Becca.
Oh, it's Big Becky. She's coming.
Here she comes. Who's out the back? Big Becca. Christ.
Oh.
It's such a shame as well, because you think the other one could have been called Little Becca or something that's quite cute.
My surname is Moyes, and I was just called Moist for 3 years.
Moist.
Yeah.
Christ, that's not good. Moist. Verd. So I assume green.
Yeah. This is quite interesting. This only could happen in school. My surname is Forbes. I became Forb, and then I became Lemon Forb, and then I just became Lemon.
That's what I do like those. I do like those
Progression.
ones that evolve, because we had a girl called Sophia, who I'm still friends with at uni, and a guy in our halls called her because her room was so untidy, and she was one of those people who just like could go days without showering and just be a state. And so he called her the Gruffalo. So she was known as the Gruffalo, and then that became Gruffy.
Great.
And then it was like, is Gruff coming out?
Yeah. Gruff, where you at? Purcell, because I'm small and mighty.
Oh, that sounds like they gave that to themselves.
Exactly. They call themselves
Yeah.
that, no one else.
This is from Bloke, by the way. ABT, Alex Big Tits.
Wow. Okay. Not me, but a friend. We all called him Jizz Face. Great.
Jizz Face. I mean, is that a story to that, or is it
No.
just? I need to actually hang on. I need to look what one of these means.
I've got another similar to the account, the mechanic. Okay, this is very British. They all called me Rodney. I was called Rodney by my very British work colleagues and manager. My name is Rodrigo.
yeah. Exactly.
All right, Rodney.
I'm not calling you that. I mean, I'm not fucking weird. You know what I mean? Guy called Spock. Because once when drunk, he spewed on his cock.
Oh, great. That's funny.
This is brutal. I got called diabetes in middle school because I ate so much chocolate.
Oh God.
That's so good.
My name is D, and they all call me Disease.
Disease.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. And I've got one. Was called FA Cup growing up.
Big ears.
Due to the size of my ears.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is a bit. One kid even lifted me. Not fun.
Oh my God.
Fuck, man. Someone's okay. Now I get it. So someone's messaging and said El Tuercas. Anyone know what that means?
No.
The nuts.
The nuts.
It's quite good.
They all called. My name's Orla, and they all called me Oral.
Yeah, classic.
Classic.
Yeah. Hogwarts, because the bloke had 9 3/4 fingers.
Oh, that's funny. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what?
So fair play. Fair
got
play
me.
to you.
You fucking got me. Oh,
Did you have any nicknames growing up? Skinny legs, daddy long legs?
Yeah, skinny legs.
Big head.
Yeah, a lot of like schmelwares, chelwares, like a lot of stuff to do with my surname being difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, fair.
There's a lot of
Smelwares
that.
is a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Ali. Everyone called me Ali. I'm trying to think if I had any more. But then obviously my
Pasty orange virgin. Like,
oh yeah, I did have one.
yeah,
Cunt.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Phoebe, do you have any nicknames at school or anything?
Most of mine was plays on my name or being ginger or being small. But my brother, this is another good one, at his school, there was a guy called Baghdad because his dad brought his bag.
That's so good. Baghdad. That's amazing. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there were a few at school. I remember there's like some kid just spilled all his stuff down him. Everyone just called him Spiller for the entirety at school. Milk Boy, there was a Milk Boy, chubby kid. And every time he got off the school bus, his mum be waiting with like this huge thing of milk that she would feed him. Yeah,
no, don't do that as a parent.
Yeah, Milk Boy.
It's funny how those stick though as well. Baghdad is excellent. But yeah, well, thank you very much for sending in your nicknames. We really appreciate it. And that is the end of a new era of All I Dad is Fail.
All I Dad is Fail. We got one dad and one sad man, and that will be a lovely producer.
Yeah, that'll be the name of the podcast going forward. Yeah. One dad and one sad.
Yeah. Sad and dad.
Sad and dad on the podcast together. But thank you as always to you for listening. Thank you very much to our wonderful producer who we're so lucky to have, and I tell her every week, Phoebe, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Too keen.
You can follow me at all good social media platforms at Tom Elwes. Drop in regular content. Ali
Woods Gigs, thank you very much to everyone who does follow and shares content. And also AIDIF Pod, we are endeavouring to put more clips on there. The funnel is slow. It's got a bit slow at the moment, but we will. So you can follow us. And also feel free to message us on our... Oh, I forgot, actually, speaking of which, my dad, bless him...
Your dad messaged you?
Yeah. And
Get a real job, Ali.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
Yeah. And said, I don't know how you got this number.
You're over 18, I owe you nothing.
Yeah. Fun fact you probably didn't know, I had a nickname for a while of Brains from the Thunderbirds character. I thought it was due to my encyclopedic knowledge or problem-solving ability, but could be because whatever I did, there were strings attached.
Oh,
that's a very nice.
That's good.
And then I said, haha, love it. And he said, you can use it in your podcast if you're short of material. And I said, that's never stopped us before. If you've listened to our podcast, we are incredibly short. So short that we'll have to get Big Becca along to pick us up. That's terrible. But so thank you to my dad. Thank you very much. But you can message us on the socials, AIDIF Pod, if you want us to read anything out. If you've got any thoughts or opinions or about the podcast, any not feedback, obviously. Don't tell us what you thought of it, but yeah, send us in anything, and we'll look to maybe read it out. So that'll be fun. But until then, you can get an extra episode every week on the patreon.com/AIDIFpod. Thank you very much to our Patreon backers. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.